Well, Zach, we do have more locations opening.
Oh, that's exciting.
As you know, I know they just seem to be opening. We sold the locations. It takes a bit of time for them to open, right? But our next one that we see kind of coming down the line is outside of Washington, D.C.
In Maryland, right?
In Maryland.
In Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C. I'm surprised this is the first one going up in that area. I feel like that would have been quicker than other areas.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you don't know from time to time where people are going to be opening up, and people ask us all the time, like, what's your strategy to where you're going to be opening up? And I tell them it has nothing to do with where, it's who.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, because you don't know. It's more important to have who run the business rather than what area, because if that person is a great person in a bad market, he's going to do a great business rather than a bad person in a good market. Who knows what's going to happen?
That's right. So hopefully in this newsletter, for those people who've gotten past the first 30 seconds or whatever, I know you have a question or two that you want to talk about.
I do. I think one question that I get on a regular basis, or people kind of we talk about, is what's the difference between a well-established, long franchise company compared to just a new, younger franchise company? What's the difference? Is there a benefit to one or the other? Is there cons to one or the other? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, there are pros to both and there are cons to both. And I always kind of give the description of you're either somebody on the scale that is kind of like geared towards Subway. That's always my example, 30,000 units or whatever. You like the sense of security. Lots of locations, lots of data, lots of those kind of things. Big brand, everybody knows who it is. Everybody knows what to expect, right? So some people love that kind of thing. What's the downside of a big brand? Well, sometimes there are no locations available. That's one. And there are some franchises like that. You just can't get another territory. It doesn't matter if you want one or not. Isn't that odd?
I feel like that is. Or would you have to just relocate your family somewhere? I mean, if they're just like
not available.
No kidding.
Some franchises, the entire country is sold out because of the size of the territories, basically. So the other downside, if there is a downside, is that you tend to have less flexibility, right?
Flexibility with what?
I mean, some people want to put like their own flavor, own twist on things. So, you know, if I were to open up a Subway and I decided that I wanted to serve pizza rolls, probably I'm going to get a phone call from headquarters saying you cannot sell pizza rolls at Subway, right? So it
kind of takes the creativity out of it, I feel like.
It does. So some people look at that as a pro or a con or whatever, but I think it's just, again, it's down to people's personalities. The other side of that are new franchises, right? The pros of that are you can be very innovative in those. You're usually the first one to the market, so you have an opportunity to get as many customers as possible for that particular brand. Typically, you get more attention from the franchisor if you are in a new franchise, just because there's less people to talk to the franchisor. So
I feel like that's super powerful too, because if you have an idea, now you're not alone trying to push this idea. You're like, hey, I talk to you about this.
Yeah, I want to contribute. So, and there tends to be, again, more flexibility in those kind of things, but both have risks. It really, as you said, it just comes down to the person. Like what is their personality, and do they have the stuff that's necessary to execute on whatever brand it is?
And so you mentioned the benefits of already well-established, already having that huge brand recognition. I'm assuming with a younger one, it just doesn't have that. Is that,
it's another downside.
Is it a downside? But then how can you overcome that? What's something that you don't necessarily need that massive brand recognition when you go into a city?
Well, generally it's going to take somebody that has more of kind of a marketing angle to their own personality and own skill set, because we have this saying that lots of people have heard this, but it's the pioneers that have the most arrows in their back. I don't know if that's a bad saying or not, but it certainly sets a picture for me. But that's true. And so we're a young brand, right, Zach? So when we're talking to people, we're always saying, now remember, in your area, there's no one doing this. So you're going to be the first one to have to kind of fight for the customer base. Now you get the rewards of that. But if you have like a personality where you don't like to get out, you don't like to talk to people, you don't like to promote the brand, it can be really tough for a franchisee of a new brand. If you are the kind of person that says, no, I'm a go-getter, I like to talk, I like to engage, I want to be a part of what's happening in our city, then new brands might be really interesting for you because you get to pave the way.
Okay, I like it. Well, and I usually tell people they can talk to me. I'm the kind of the person that takes them through that process.
Yeah.
Is there like another way people get in touch with Contender eSports? Is there other ways out there that we've made it easy for them to get in touch?
Every social media platform that is out there, we're on. Matter of fact, I was doing that this morning at 5:30 in the morning, answering messages on Instagram and Facebook and some other places.
And some of those people, they probably don't even understand that they're getting a response from the owner. Yeah, it's a real person.
I'm on there.
It's from the owner, the top dog of everything.
I guarantee this morning I replied back to at least 60 people on social media.
That's awesome.
So anyway, lots of ways to get in contact with us, and you'll be the person to talk to them. So there you go.
Cool.